It was really wonderful to be leaving United States and to be going home to Jamaica, of course, for this presentation. And as the plane touched down, it just reminded me that I once lived in Kingston. Yes, this is a place of my birth, and walking around and seeing the beauty of the city brought me back to the place where I was born. It's interesting to know that sometimes our journey takes us to various places and back. So it's wonderful to be home, and I had a wonderful person who picked me up and was guiding me along. Yes, arrived couple hours ago. I'm waiting at the hotel. It's roughly, let me say for instance, to be exact, an hour after check-in time. Hotel room is not ready. I do see some people checking in, so I'm waiting patiently. You know, Jamaica is one of these places, right? So I don't know, but this is the, let me take you closer so we can have a look. And this is actually the Marriott. Yeah, this is the Marriott. Yeah, the Marriott Hotel. And I'm just waiting patiently. I need to put down my bags because I'm not going to be walking around with this stuff. But yes, this is Kingston, the Marriott. Yeah. And of course, people are here. A lot of construction. This was built roughly 45 years ago, and this is it. Yeah, I'm going to get some food later, but I have to put on my bag and get in my Kingston outfit and be ready. Yeah, but that's it. Yep. Yes, what a time it is now. I am practically in the hotel waiting to go over. There is some things over there. I don't know what's happening over there, but I think the building, you can see a crane there. So many things going. That's a nice hotel view, right? You have the mountains over there. A lot of things happening in Jamaica. Yes. And I would say at this point in time, I have my own camera person following me as I journey along. And this is courtesy of my Pocket 3 Osmos Pocket 3 camera that I bought recently, or let me say I got it for my birthday. Only toy I'm going to get in the longest while. So here I am. It has the ability to do so many things. My own cameraman or person in Jamaica. Isn't that great? Yes, and I'm just taking in everything, following me around. So I want to say that I'm happy with everything that's going on, and I look forward to that presentation. It's going to be wonderful. Yeah, stay tuned. I want to say it's a pleasure for me to be here. And when I see the children performing, I'm saying to myself, it took me back to Jamaica. And when I heard the sermon this morning, I said, yes. It is wonderful to have these interactions because when you're in the States, you're not even allowed. So I want to say I am delighted to be here. It's a wonderful time. Thanks for the hospitality, and I've enjoyed it. And let me start off by saying at this point in time, we are on a mission. The mission is real, and as stated earlier, we have so many things to look at. But I want to start off with little music here. In a world that's ever changing, the ways to teach your students mind, the old ways fading, new is raging, seeking paths we have to find. From screens to tablets, knowledge flowing, learning grows with each new day. I started off with that because that song was created by artificial intelligence. The music was created by artificial intelligence. The lyrics, I give it a prompt. I remember one day I was in primary school.
Back in those days, if the children are listening, back in those days, it was not as easy as it is now. The teacher had something on the desk they called the correction, Mr. Correction. And Mr. Correction was there to ensure that you stayed in your space. Now, one day, the teacher said to me, I'm going to ask you a question, keep thinking. And I started to think. Those days, you had 3 to a desk. It means I found myself in the middle all the time. I don't know how that was possible. And then you had Steve beside me and you had Karen. Both of them were bright like morning star. So the teacher asked Karen a question. Karen answered. I said, well, I'm on the right track. The teacher asked Steve the same question, and Steve gave a response. Now the teacher asks yours truly, what you expect me to say? The same answer. So I, in my mighty thoughtfulness, answered the same way, giving the same answer. And you know what the teacher said to me? What did she ask me? How did I get the answer? When she asked me how did I get the answer, I was about to answer. And I looked at Mr. Correction and said, you can't tell her they got it from Karen. They gave the same answers. So I told her I did not know. It was then her passion came out. The passion over the back, in the hand, she said, you must know. You must not follow people. From that day, I've never followed someone else giving the same answer. If I don't know, I will say I don't know and I ask you the answer. Now, when I look at that, I have a thought. What if my teacher were here today in the realm of technology? Would she not understand that I was having a problem understanding that concept? Because that's the time that Quarry was beating them all by Montreal, so you had to think of these metric systems, and I was transferring that, and I didn't have the knowledge base. But what if the technology was there for her to understand that, yes, he's having a gap? No, let me tell you, the technology is here. For all these students who have misconceptions about ideas, there are so many tools out there. And for teachers, we need to regulate and use them effectively to demonstrate that we can go on to become an institution that is recognized, flexible enough to navigate the world. So as I move on, my thoughts go to another place. I want to ask everyone here, do you think these pictures are all real? Which one is fake? Do you see a fake picture there? Is there one real picture there? Not one? All of them are fake? Are you 100% that they're all fake? Put your hands up. Okay. If you're not sure they're fake, or if they're not fake, if you're not sure, put your hands up. Yes. Because they own, and you know what the bottom line is? All of these pictures are fake. So what we're asking individuals to do is to make a judgment that they cannot understand. All of these are AI. And why do I say this? We're asking students to say, all right, you need to submit work that is your own. And as teachers and lecturers, we can't detect it. We're using software to navigate and we are uncertain about it. But let me tell you this. There is hope because you can use that technology for a purpose. I just wanted to show you that where we stand, and I'm standing with you, it's a level of uncertainty. We don't know where it's going, but what I can say to you, don't let the boat miss you as it relates to your understanding. Now, I wrote this story using a prompt. I used ChatGPT. I wanted to tell a story about a farmer living in St. Elizabeth. And I have a love for St. Elizabeth because I went to Teachers College there. Now, this farmer was planting, in the prompt it said yam. That's not yam, right? That's not yam. So it produced something, and I told about the farmer who wanted to find someone he could live with. And the story goes on that he found a woman named Marcia. So what I did, I didn't change anything. I wanted to test the capabilities of ChatGPT. So this is the image. I was all right with that. Would you be all right with that? It's not bad. So we could use it to tell a story or to describe a scene. I would go with that. But then I asked the same conversation to tell me about, of course, Bunny going to the market. This is Bunny going to the market. That is Bugs Bunny. And you have the scene in Jamaica looking like a scene, a little market scene, but you have Bugs.
I was really happy with the talk. It was interactive, a lot of questions were asked, and I realized that the University of Technology is on the preparation of getting ready for AI. There's a lot of things happening, and the world of artificial intelligence and learning in general will change in another 5 years. Educators have to respond to this change. And then it was time just to pick up on a few beauty sites in Kingston. Buildings are just going up all around. It's just fascinating to a place that I once lived, and they did not have these large buildings, huge buildings taking up places that normally had a family dwelling. It's just fascinating to see the boom of construction going on. Wonderful sight indeed. I did enjoy my time. Booked my ticket and was ready to take the Knutsford Express to Montego, and of course I arrived. Of course, a taxi driver placed me there and he ensured that I was able to go on the bus. He didn't leave until the bus departed. Yes, I found out the coffee secret. Yes, man, it is Blue Mountain. The young lady showed me the packet. Yes, Blue Mountain. So I said this coffee is kind of different. Yeah. Only Blue Mountain, original 100% Jamaica. Yes, 100% Jamaica. Yes, after waiting for a few seconds or maybe a minute or two, my sister-in-law came and picked me up, and she was going to take me to Discovery Bay, Brownstown and Montego Bay. Yes, I've been blessed to have some wonderful in-laws. Yes, I've been extremely blessed. Yes. And after updating me on a few events, we stopped at her place, and she operates a custom broker office, and she's a custom broker registered in Jamaica, and she also does some shipping logistics. Here's her information if you want to get in touch with her. Excellent, trustworthy, and very honest. And as they say in Jamaica, sometimes you have to just look at the property. Here I've been driven by my brother-in-law again. He's taking me up rough terrain to visit or to have a look at what is called the vistas. That's a housing development in St. Anne. The road's a bit rough, that is not the main entrance, and this construction is taking place right now. They are near completion, and I would say it's a wonderful site. Many of the homes have ocean view, which I love seeing the ocean. So we had to go up this road. At the end, you're going to see some wonderful houses being built. Yes, so we journeyed up and to ensure that we were on the right track. Overall, it was just a wonderful time. Started off in Kingston, jumped on a bus to St. Anne, and of course was taken on a wonderful scenic view across Brownstown area. I did not show that in this video, but I think that's for another time. But overall, Jamaica is developing, moving from strength to strength, and I'm happy I was able to come home to contribute and just to take in some joy of a new time in Jamaica. I would say always return back home, because that's where it all began.
I want to say it's a pleasure for me to be here. And when I see the children performing, I'm saying to myself, it took me back to Jamaica. And when I heard the sermon this morning, I said, yes. It is wonderful to have these interactions, because when you're in the States, you're not even allowed. So I want to say I am delighted to be here. It's a wonderful time. Thanks for the hospitality, and I've enjoyed it. And let me